Is Twitter dying? This week, Elon Musk put out a series of tweets, shocking and confusing his entire user base, saying, you're going to be restricted to reading only 500 tweets a day, or up to 6,000 if you're verified. And then, like, a couple hours later, he raised the limit. And then a couple hours later, he raised the limit again. Just tweeting about this stuff, changes to the API, throttling. There's a lot of controversy over, like, what actually was happening. Like,
Yeah.
he tried to play it off like they're doing it to stop spam or something. And then later he said he was doing it to, like, cure people's internet addiction.
I think that was from a fake account.
Oh, that was from a fake account?
Yeah.
Okay. Me personally, I think he was trying to cover up some sort of problem with the servers. Like
That's what I thought at the first time I saw the tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, you weren't getting, like, a message in the app saying, like, hey, you read your 500 tweets for the day. Come back tomorrow. No, you were just getting, like, API errors, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like this was something they, like, planned.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess it's gone now. Also, some people were saying that he was doing it to try to stop AI companies from scraping Twitter, which that actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that's I think that's actually true.
Yeah.
Because, like, they cut up all the API for free users, so, like, the people start scraping the tweets, coming back to the early Twitter, and they wanna check all the followers and then all the new followers and the tweets and everything.
Yeah.
So that's why. Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, that seems like the most likely thing. I've definitely been in that situation as, like, a web developer where we're getting, like, spam or we're getting, like, attack or DDoS, and I'm going into Nginx and I'm, like, tweaking all the settings, and then I'm waiting to hear from real customers that they can't access the product anymore.
Yeah.
And then I, like, slowly take off some of the settings to try to let the real customers back in.
Yeah.
So it seemed like that it was that type of thing, obviously on a much bigger scale. But have you ever used the Twitter API coding?
Not really.
Many years ago, I worked on a project. It was an AI project where we had paid for, I think it was called at the time. Now, I forget what it was called. Twitter bought a company that was providing this service, and then later people ended up calling it, like, the Twitter fire hose.
Okay.
But it was like a WebSocket that you could connect to, and you would get every tweet ever, and in real time.
In the real time, yeah.
Yeah, and so they called it the fire hose, and I had built systems that would drink this fire hose. Which cost insane amount of, I think our AWS bill was like $250,000 a month or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Just to like try to process all of these tweets in real time.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, Twitter, Elon's, I can't believe he's still there at Twitter.
I know.
Like, still, yeah, it's crazy. I thought he would have, like, been gone by now, but
Yeah.
I guess there's a new CEO. But he still seems involved.
Yep.
However, Mark Zuckerberg, counterpunches with all of the bad press lately with something called Meta Threads, a Twitter-like experience. It's not that similar to Twitter, though. I checked it out a little bit. I haven't created an account yet, but it's kind of a text-oriented experience that has a public timeline, similar to Twitter, where you would get a lot of content from people that you're not following.
Yeah.
Which I guess is what people want these days. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you just want content from people you're following, you'd use Facebook, right? So, so anyway, I don't know. The UI is clean. They seem to have, like, good success. They definitely marketed it in a way that makes sense because they got a lot of, like, big celebrities and influencers on the platform on day one. Definitely did not look organic, but whatever. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. I think a more interesting story here is, like, all of a sudden, Mark Zuckerberg is his like public image has turned around 100%, and everyone seems to like him again. Have you noticed this?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
It's crazy. Like he when he was doing the VR stuff,
Yep.
people were making fun of him a lot for that. And then he for I think in 2016 it seemed like maybe he was going to try running for president. He was definitely like doing some kind of weird PR thing where he was touring America and like writing all these stories of like people he met, like farmers and construction workers.
Oh, wow.
You know, the type of stuff you would do if you were going to be a politician.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so all of that, and then he was doing these live streams where he was like barbecuing in his backyard, and people were asking him like on his live stream if he was an alien and all this stuff. But then over the past like year or two, he started tweeting about how he's doing like jujitsu and all this stuff. Not tweeting.
Yeah.
He was like posting on Facebook, obviously. I think he got on like some sort of like testosterone replacement therapy or something. Oh. That's my guess. But yeah, he like apparently he's been training with Lex Friedman doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Did you see the video?
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, he seems so good.
Yeah, he seemed pretty good. Obviously people like that. Like that seems cool. And then what was the story? I think it was last week or the week before where he was going to do a cage match with Elon Musk. Right?
Yeah. Yep. I think
everyone
that's
hates
official.
Elon Musk, so
yeah.
I mean that would be so sick. But yeah, it's like how did he turned his image around a lot just by I think doing some Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So good for him. Let's see what happens with Meta Threads. I mean, obviously like it's not what's the story about Meta Threads? Like what's the right now the story to me is that Twitter sucks, so you could come use Meta Threads instead. Yeah. Other than that, there really isn't a story. Maybe that's a good thing because what are the available stories to do? If you're like a Rumble or you're like one of these alternative platforms, Kick, BitChute, like the story is like you're not going to get kicked off our platform for liking Donald Trump, which is like not a very compelling story.
Right.
And it's not like any of these platforms are actually like censorship free because it's just they're just censoring different things. Like on Twitter they would censor like right-wing political stuff, and then on like Gab or whatever they would censor like pornography, right? So it's like they're just censoring something different. Meta is like, you know, basically the same content policy as Instagram as far as I could tell. So I don't know what the story is behind Threads, but I don't know. Are you gonna try it?
I don't know. I'm still like looking at the people's reaction about the threads.
Yeah.
But basically, those are pretty bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know.
Maybe we should upload this show on Threads. Can you do that? You know, anytime there's a new platform, that's like when you want to start uploading content. So maybe I'll try it. We'll see what happens.
Cool.
Maybe Mark Zuckerberg will comment and say,
"Okay, yeah.
What is that cartoon character you guys are using?" Yeah, I don't know. I guess. Yeah, whatever. They're all like rich assholes, so I don't necessarily like either of them.
Yep.
But whatever. It doesn't hurt to have another platform, I guess.
That's true.
And Instagram sucks.
I know.
Big time. So maybe it could be just a better version of Instagram.
Yep.
Why is this video 10 minutes long? All right.
Because we love Elon and Mark.